channel. If you are new here, I'm Christina. I do everything with home design and home decor hauls on a budget. So today's video's topic is going to be about how to decorate like an interior designer. So I'm going to be sharing my tips with you guys in this video. So if you love videos like this, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and let's get into the video. All right, let's get started. So my first tip on how to decorate like an interior designer is watch interior designers. So that's how I started getting into interior design. When we first moved here to Washington and got our home, I realized that interior design is my passion. Now, I've never gone to school and actually got a degree in interior design, but I've been studying it on my own for years, and that's how you build knowledge. Now, if it's something you're really passionate about, you will do the studying. Now, I really recommend watching real interior designers on YouTube or following them on Instagram or on shows on TV. You can watch House and Home, you can watch HGTV, you can watch Nate and Jeremiah. They're one of my favorite interior designers. All these people have shows and little programs that you can watch and learn from. So another one of my favorite interior designers is Garrett Lashik. He even has a YouTube channel here on YouTube. He is amazing. He has the most beautiful traditional style. He doesn't follow the trends. He does what he loves in his home, and it looks amazing. He is very knowledgeable and one of my favorite interior designers to follow and also learn from. I learn from every video that he makes, and it helps me understand more of what I'm doing in my home as well. So I highly recommend watching Garrett Lashik. I will leave his YouTube channel down below in the description box. So that is my first tip. Follow people that know what they're talking about, that have the knowledge, that do the research, that have gone to school, and those are the people that are going to teach you things that you don't know that you can bring into your own space. All right, so my next tip here is sourcing materials for your home. Definitely, this is one of the most important rules that I have learned on my own. You do not want to go to any retail store and just buy everything from that store and bring it in your home and say, I've designed my space. That's not how interior designers decorate, and that's not how to curate a beautiful space. That's just saying I'm copying something from another place and bringing it into my space. That doesn't look designer. That looks like you've just copied something. So my advice is to source materials from thrift stores, from the local Facebook marketplace, design your own items, DIY your own items. Go to thrift stores, buy something that looks similar to you, that would be like a high-end piece, and DIY it and bring it in your home. Bring the texture in your space. Bring things from nature. Go down to the beach, grab some driftwood. I do that in my home. Grab something that looks old or aged and bring it into your home. Source out your materials and bring in the old and new and mix them together. That's gonna give you the high-end interior designer look. All right, so the next tip I have here is bringing in texture. Now that kind of goes into my last tip, but this is a whole different tip. Really important in interior design is bringing in texture to your space. Now, what do I mean by texture? Well, I mean blankets, materials. It could be even texture in your things that you're putting on your shelf. So like driftwood, pieces that are made from the earth, things like that. I mean, you're gonna want to bring that in to really create that curated space. Even if it comes down to your throw pillows, if you wanna bring in texture there, that's an amazing way to do it and bring it into your space. Your blankets, your rugs, all of those things are gonna bring texture. You could bring in some stools that have boucle fabric. All those things are gonna make your space look really curated and give you that interior designer look. All right, so my next tip here is mixing styles. I will leave a link to my YouTube video down below of the video I did on how to mix styles in 2022. But here's another tip of mine. Mix all the styles in your space. The most beautiful curated homes I have seen from high-end interior designers have mixed styles in their space. They don't just say I'm boho or I'm mid-century modern. In fact, they never even put a style on themselves. They never say I'm this, that, or whatever. They just mix everything together and source materials and bring it all into their space. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it them. That's what makes it look curated and high-end. Okay, so my next tip here is your color palette. So This is really important in interior design is your color palette. Why? Because your eye needs a place to jump around. You don't want to go into a space and everything is black and white. You really want to mix those warm tones with those cool tones, all of those tones together to really bring that curated warm space and, so the eye has visual interest. We want our eye to jump around our room and be excited. We don't want to come in and just get bored, right? So that's why it's important to really focus in on your color palette when you're choosing furniture and pieces for your home, and to focus in on those colors and those materials. All right, so my next tip here is your lighting. So important in your home, if you want to decorate like an interior designer, is to source out good lighting. You want your home to feel beautiful and bright and gorgeous. One of my favorite things is natural light. So if you have a ton of curtains on your windows that are heavy and that are blocking out that natural light, remove them. The most important thing in a space is that natural light. It's going to give you light that's irreplaceable. That's one tip. The second tip is sourcing out lighting in different areas of your home. So that accent light by your chair in that dark corner, bring a light there to brighten that up. Maybe a light over in your entryway, maybe a different kind of light in your dining room. You want all different levels of lighting, not just the lighting on your ceiling. That's just going to give you bright light that's going to kind of blind you. You want to have different levels of lighting. That's what's going to make you have that interior designer look in your home. So that's definitely a great tip of mine. All right, so the next tip I have here is learning to pull back. Now, this is one of my favorite tips and one that was hard for me to learn over the years because I can kind of lean more towards a maximalist. Now, there's nothing wrong with that at all if you're a maximalist, but I learned to pull back. I looked back at some of my designs that I have done maybe 5 years ago and was like, whoa, overload, because over the years I learned that you don't need as much stuff. You just need things that are important to you and that you love in your space. And also it can become cluttered, which is not a nice space to be in. You really want to unclutter your space, learn how to pull back certain items. You don't need 10 decor pieces on your fireplace. Maybe pull back to 3. That's kind of a way to make your space feel beautiful and curated as well. It's just learning how to pull back on certain decor. Also, another tip of mine is a clean space. Now, to decorate like an interior designer, here's a simple tip. Keep your house clean. Clean it, clean those surfaces, clean those glass tables, clean your windows, clean everything in your home. Keep those rugs vacuumed, clean your floors, wipe down everything, poof out those pillows, karate chop them. All of those things are gonna give you that designer look. Why? Because your house is clean, it's beautiful, and it's bright. So that's another tip of mine. So also, just making your home feel like you is a really, really important tip. Do not copy trends, you guys. Go out there and source things that you love in your home. And no matter what, at the end of the day, it's gonna feel like you, but it's also gonna be curated, and that's gonna give you that interior designer feel. All right, you guys, well, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys thought, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.